Good evening and welcome to ECU's Nightly News. My name is Sarah Griffith. Tonight's top story involves small group communication in regards to the movie Cool Runnings, a story about Jamaica's first Olympic bobsled team. First, we're going to discuss the roles of the group. The first team member is Derice, and he really held an initiator and contributor role throughout the movie. And a person in this role is often focused on productivity. However, it came and went for Derice because oftentimes he was too focused on the methods and skills of the Swiss team, which often led his group astray. However, at the beginning of the movie, he was the first person to really initiate the formation of the group by wanting to create a bobsled team. Next, we're going to discuss Sanka. And Sanka often held a very clown role, but this isn't to be confused with the disruptive clown role. He was typically a harmonizer and tension reliever in the group, and this really hits the nail on the head with him because he's kind of a funny character, and he uses that to help relieve tension and keep the group lighthearted as well as on the track that they should be going on. However, he's also a contributor in the movie because he comes to the group really with the most experience when it comes to bobsledding. Even though he's never been a bobsledder, he has experience doing the pushcart racing. Next, we're going to talk about Yul Brynner. And Yul was very much an isolate to begin the group or entering into the group because he didn't really want to be a part of it. It was kind of something for him to do since the disaster with Junior and himself, as well as Derice, in the trials for trying to get into the Olympics in the running. However, he came to be very much an encourager and supporter in the group, and we see that in his reactions later in the movie with Junior, especially when he encourages Junior to stand up to his father. Next, we'll move on to Junior, and Junior didn't really hold a very strong group role throughout the movie, and we couldn't really find a clear role to put him in. However, he definitely becomes a clear contributor towards the end of the movie when he expresses the need to focus on the Jamaicans team's unique skills rather than comparing themselves to the Swiss bobsled team. And lastly, we're going to discuss their coach, Irv. And Irv held multiple roles throughout the movie. He started out in a very disruptive role like Yul did because he didn't want to be a part of the team. He didn't want to coach them, and he was pretty mean about it, honestly. But eventually, he became a major part of the group's synergy because he held roles as an attention seeker, an information seeker, and a facilitator. And he was an information seeker when he, Derice, and Sanka saw out people to try out for the bobsled team at the very beginning of the movie, but he was also a facilitator because he kept the rest of the group on track by guiding them in discussion and reminding the group of their primary goals. So next, we're going to have Trevor speak to you guys with info on the norms of the group.